Good afternoon. In today's video, we are headed to a very fancy place.
Don't worry, we're changing into our fancy clothes. We're not gonna go like this.
I'm not. I'm staying like this. We'll wear a t-shirt into Disney World's first Michelin-starred restaurant.
Yeah, so we are going to Victoria and Albert's. I'm sure you saw it in the title of today's video. We have been there once, but not since they've earned their Michelin star.
So Victoria and Albert's is Disney's most expensive restaurant. It's located in the Disney's Grand Floridian Resort and Spa.
Also, if you've been to like Remy on any of the cruise ships, it's a very similar experience to that as far as like the length of dining, the different courses, how it's explained to you. They do have a menu that is sort of like pre-planned out for you, like a culinary journey that you will go on. However, they do accommodate for different allergies and different just needs that you might have. They will definitely accommodate you, and you'll see that in this video. They accommodated Tim on a couple of items, so yeah, so anybody can eat here.
Yeah, so let's head out to the Grand Floridian. First, get changed, then head to the Grand Floridian.
We got to get really fancy. They do have a dress code and all that fun stuff, so let's go do that, and then we'll head over.
Let's go put on our uncomfortable shoes.
So one of the perks to eating at Victoria and Albert's is that it does include complimentary valet parking.
And I will tell you this, you should fully take advantage of that, because right now, for self-parking for restaurants at the Grand Floridian, they're making you park across the street.
Oh yeah.
And either walk across the street or take a golf cart across.
And in your like fancy clothes, you're probably not gonna wanna walk in the Florida heat in your outfit.
All right, we've made it to the Grand Floridian, and we're headed inside right now. All right, so once we get into the lobby, our first order of business is to get to the restaurant. We're gonna go up the stairs to the second floor and kind of go like we're going towards Citrico's, and it's kind of like a door off to the side just before you get to Citrico's. So now you can kind of get a little second floor view of the lobby, and we are headed down that hallway right there to get to Victoria and Albert's. So we are passing by the Enchanted Rose, which is like the lobby bar here. There it is, Victoria and Albert's, and you can see it's right next to the sign for Citrico's. So this would be the check-in for Citrico's, and we're gonna make a left.
It's all like Florida art.
Oh yeah.
Like maps of Florida.
Matt, look at this little stubby version. It's like stubby Florida.
Huh, but it's like all maps.
Yeah. So there is a little waiting area, kind of in the vestibule here, just outside of the restaurant. And this is Citrico's down here. And then if you look right here, these are the doors for Victoria and Albert's. You can see this is the whole restaurant. It's not very big at all. And this is the Queen Victoria room. There's just 4 tables in here. And then there's a fireplace and a picture of Victoria and Albert. I did also want to mention that there is a butterfly motif throughout. And then all these butterflies up on the ceiling in here around the chandelier. So these are the various awards that the restaurant has received, including their newly received Michelin star. So the very first thing we got was a beverage menu, and of course we could do all these different things, but we are picking on water first. So like, this is very similar to Remy, but this is on an iPad, where we can do all kinds of different, different things. But like Germany and Italy have the most selections. There's a person playing the harp here, and right now they're playing Remember Me from Coco on the harp. So it's like fancy, but like Disney fancy. Also, it's a good restaurant when the walls are padded. Look at this. It's like a couch on the walls. So the first thing they brought out was an aperitif, like a starter drink for us. They said that it was watermelon, grapefruit, coriander, tamarind.
He said some citrus.
And some other things.
And a big ice cube.
Yeah, big ice cube, and then the leaf was
Shiso.
He said
it was a little spicy.
Yeah, the leaf was. But you don't have to eat the leaf if you don't want to.
Oh, it tastes very nice.
Yeah, it's nice and refreshing. It tastes like a watermelon grapefruit drink.
Yeah, I like this a lot.
Yeah. Oh, and brown sugar was in there too. Yeah. All right, the first thing that they did was hand us an envelope with our name on it, and then we opened it up, and then so you can see it is personalized to the date, and it's 2 different menus. So you see there's the top one, and then there's one underneath it. And so mine doesn't have any fish on it because I do not prefer seafood. However, Jen's does have seafood. You can see there's some caviar right there, and then lobster on there as well. You can see here this menu costs $295 per person with an optional wine pairing of $155 or a zero proof pairing of $115. But if you go to the next one, this is where we have the Miyazaki A5 Wagyu, and that raises the price up to $375 per guest, an optional wine pairing of $210, and then the zero proof pairing of $145. So this is Empirico, Kimon, plum, and shallot. This is called the Midsummer Night, this first course. English pea, white chocolate, and mint, and then this one was panase, shiso, and tempura. Oh, I got the leaf again.
Where would we see the leaf and just like normal, like not Victoria and Albert's food?
Right?
Because I think I've had it before.
Okay.
I just don't remember where I had it.
It was in your summers in France. Let's try this English pea. These are like very light in flavor for these first course. It tastes like peas.
So this is the Iberico, plum and shallot. I don't know how you get this whole thing in your mouth.
I don't know if you can.
It's supposed to be a one bite.
Yeah.
Very good.
Oh, and they did give us a little roll for us to clean our hands afterwards. So we're getting another bottle of water it's called the Hilden, and they gave us a little special glass. Look at this. This is called the Sweet Pea. This is my very first zero proof pairing. It's like a pea style juice, fresh pressed juice. Oh, that's really nice. The tonic flavor at the end though. And then Jen got, for her first course in the wine pairing, this champagne. It was a rosé. How does it taste?
Very nice. Although I will say, this course comes with caviar, which is why I think they paired the champagne with it. But it's not like at Remy where we got the Dom with the caviar. That was something.
We got the fancy caviar.
That was a very special. I'll never forget that. That was like a once in a lifetime. So cool. This is good, but that was like wow.
There's charred fava bean. We're going to add to that a bit of dashi broth that's served warm. It is reduced with a touch of chicken brightness and a touch of sweetness through concentration. We have one more item to bring about.
That smells so good.
Okay. This smells wonderful. Okay, I'm gonna pull it up.
Mine smells really good too.
Well, what did yours didn't have caviar? What did it have?
Mine has like a summer squash.
The chicken skin. I love that.
Yeah.
Wow. This is very nice. It's like that umami, like salty, but not overly salty. It's like perfectly balanced. I love this. And then he said the dashi had like chicken broth in it, I think. It
There's the chicken dashi.
It does taste like heavily of chicken.
Okay.
Pear and pineapple, but a nice bright mineral.
Thank you.
And my zero proof is I think it was blackberry, huckleberry, and Earl Grey tea. It does smell like heavily of berries. A little tiny hint of tea in there. Almost tastes like a blackberry tea.
Oh, okay.
Very much so.
It's good. It's a Spanish octopus.
Arcona almonds. They're going to be folded into a romesco sauce and accompanied with sherry roasted and chilled against a chimichurri with tomatillo. So it's bright and savory in the same regards. We hope you enjoy.
And then what did he say? It was a baguette?
Yeah.
This is a baguette bread, but they said they give the points in the valleys to add some more crunch to it. I'm excited to eat this duck. It said that it was roasted and then chilled. Like, you got the octopus.
Okay, I'm gonna take a bite.
Is it grilled octopus?
I don't know.
It's just octopus.
I have to ask. I'm not sure. It's coated in almonds.
Oh, that's nice.
but it tastes good. I don't know what that flavor is.
It's kind of curry.
Yeah, it does taste like a curry. This is my least favorite thing so far, but I do really like octopus.
So my duck had a chimichurri underneath it that was made from, it was like tomatillo chimichurri with pineapple.
Oh.
Very nice. So Jen's gonna have my next zero proof cocktail because
We didn't realize that some of them have caffeine in them, and we didn't let them know ahead of time. So this one has a little matcha on the top, of matcha foam. So I'm going to taste this one because the other one had the Earl Grey tea. But this has a little steeped strawberry, some matcha tea foam, and then the shiso leaf on top. I love their shiso leaf. But the chef that made the non-alcoholic drinks, she based them on her travels around the world. This one's based off of her trip to Japan. She fell in love with Japan on her travels, and this is called My Dreams of Kyoto. So, I don't know how you drink it with the leaf. Let me see. Okay. Oh, it's really nice. It almost tastes like just strawberry jam.
yeah.
Wow. Yeah. But then the matcha gives it like, it kind of cuts the sweetness.
Gives it like an earthy flavor.
Yeah. I feel bad that you're not even trying it.
It's okay. I'll be okay.
It's really good.
So this is a Wagyu pastrami with Savoy cabbage, and these are little pumpernickels here, and they have crisp cabbage leaves there too, and they have their homemade sauerkraut and herb and tomato. Yeah, so mine's a little bit spicy from the mustard. You can see the mustard in there. That's the Wagyu pastrami right there. If I kind of lift this up, you can see this one over here too. What did you get?
So
Oh, they're playing Rainbow Connection on the heart.
Oh, are they? They
Yeah.
are.
They know that I'm here.
They're like, he's here. Quick, play it.
Yeah.
So this is the Wild Turbo with Spanish, Carabinero, and Calabrian chili. They said so many other things.
This like broth down here is made with the shrimp too. The
okay.
carbonaro is a shrimp.
They said so many things when they were explaining it. I could not follow everything.
Yeah.
But I also wanted to mention that the wine with this pairing, the vineyard is like on the coast, and so it has a bit of the salt air. Like it's kind of a salty flavor. It's really nice. It's kind of like a savory wine. I don't know how to explain it. Okay, I'm gonna cut in. I think what I love so much is everything is so flavorful, but like delicate. It's not aggressively flavored. This is so delicious. But the flavor is just, I think that's like when they say something is perfectly balanced. This is a perfectly balanced flavor. I would eat like a whole dish of this. I know this is a whole dish, but it's a very small portion.
My next zero proof is the albacoa, which means apricot, but she was trying to go for like a kombucha flavor. So there's like a lot of different flavors in here. It's like sweet hot sauce mixed with apricot. There's just like a lot of flavors. So this is the corn agnolote, and it means little pillow. And this also has raspberry and chives in it. But Jen's came with lobster.
Yeah, this looks very good. I love corn and lobster.
And chives?
And chives. It's funny because last night we had the corn sundae at Mickey's Not So Scary, and it has a very similar flavor. A little sweet, very much corn flavor. The lobster is really good, and I like the crunch. The crunch from the, it's like a cornbread breadcrumb. Very nice. A little salty, a little sweet, a little crunchy.
When the constellation is the brightest in the California sky, that's when the buds break. And then when it disappears, is when it's time for harvest.
Oh,
So it follows the
So we have your kaya. This drink is inspired by one of our chef's grandmothers in Norway. And as a kid, she would go and pick different herbs and flowers and make beverages with them. This is kind of a drink inspired by that. So the sorbet inside is made of chamomile and raspberry. We have a soda that we make with sage, lemon balm, lavender, and basil. And even the glass is inspired by the Northern Lights. So we have a few different colors of these. So you can let the drink melt a little bit and it'll turn in almost like a float again.
Okay, awesome. Thank you. So this is the koji aged quail with sunflower risotto. So they like pressure cook sunflowers and turn it into a soft risotto. And then it also has sunchokes. This quail is so good. I am in love with their pressure cooked sunflower seeds. It's like sun butter, but like not quite there.
I really taste the cherry cola. It's sweet, but like you said, the sweet and earthy flavors, and that's exactly what I'm getting. It's pretty good.
So this is Tim's next non-alcoholic pairing. This one was made with coconut milk, Luxardo cherries, and corn husks.
Corn husk.
Oh, interesting.
Yes.
And normally this would have a tea in it as well. But I've asked for them to take out the caffeine elements.
And this was my next wine pairing. This one had flavors of ripe, dark, jammy fruits like blackberries, notes of vanilla and spices. And then our server compared it to drinking liquid velvet. That was a great descriptor for this one. Our next course is the Colorado lamb. So this is a lamb loin and a lamb belly, but this one is actually comprised of 3 bellies pressed together, and they use a process that uses like a brown sugar. This also has a peach sphere that's compressed with a peach-infused honey. It's garnished with peach mostarda. This was super tender, and it had a really great charred and smoky flavor.
This is their take on a Manhattan for the zero proof pairing.
This is a Spanish wine from the Catalonia area. Nice, bright acidity, complements the richness
Oh, okay.
of the marble.
This is our Mizuyaki A5 Wagyu. Mizuyaki A5, Bloomsdale, spinach, and applewood bacon.
What I thought was really interesting is that Craig, he's like our server, right?
Yeah.
So we've had 2.
We've had a lot of people come.
We have. But he said that this was kind of like a backyard barbecue.
Yeah.
Which I thought was kind of funny because this is A5 Wagyu beef. Very fancy barbecues here at Victoria and Albert's.
Yeah. We're having a backyard barbecue listening to Taylor Swift on the harp.
Right. Yeah. This reminds me of Phineas and Ferb when they had the backyard beach.
Oh yeah, the
It's a
backyard
backyard
beach.
beach.
It's a backyard beach.
Oh,
They really like it. They love Swift.
We're Swifties. Okay, let's give it a taste. This looks delicious.
Is that in use?
Looks so good. Wow. Is that the butter?
I think that's the mashed potatoes.
No, that's the butter, right?
Is this the butter? Oh yeah, the mashed potatoes are under here. This steak, very delicious. Melts in your mouth, salty.
This validates my life.
Wow.
I love it.
Thank you.
To cover up the stains on the tabletop, on the table cover.
So she made you up a little calamansi syrup with lemon, and that's a little spectacular tonic water to give it some effervescence.
Ooh, look at this.
Fun.
We had this with one of our cocktails prior to before we got the new one.
Oh.
So, and it's completely caffeine-free. That's recipe style.
Oh, okay.
And then this will complement your scores.
Thank you.
You're going to get aromas of morello cherry and nuts.
It was interesting because she said that they sit on the vine until they're like almost raisins, and then they make the wine.
Oh,
Think vanilla, allspice. Takes the macerating liquid and aerates it into that nuage you can see surrounding a little spear of goat cheese. Purple haze name comes to us through California. This is a cracker to enjoy with your cheese, although it is a cheesy cracker.
we got coffee and tea brewing at the table here. Now it's brewing. All the water's going from the bottom up to the top. Seasonally spiced carrot cake inspired.
We have cream cheese and savory spiced carrots
sounds so good.
inside a feuilletine shell with hazelnuts. The idea is you enjoy these with your hands, and before you go that spoon, just pick it up out of its soil in quotations. There's garnish of cocoa and almond sponge cake down there, but the main composure is that ice cream cone.
Got some ice cream. It's carrot cake ice cream. What is this? Kind of looks like a little magic wand.
Is it ice cream?
Yeah, that's carrot cake ice cream.
That's good.
Oh, it's pretty good. It's very
Demure.
it just tastes like actual carrot cake. It's so tiny.
It's
It's definitely not a. This is not a drumstick.
No, it's not good.
Oh.
This is mango and sauce with citrus brightness. There's also mango that's fresh on the plate. That's Saint Germain macerated. We're using tropical notes such as passion fruit and banana to build the mango gile.
You could make them into little Mickeys.
Yeah.
Oh, look at, oh dear, there they are. So for our final course, we have a blueberry macaroon. We have abrigato. We've got white chocolate, and then we've got boba cake.
So this is on like a little tiny plate.
Yeah, looks like a space food.
It does.
It's very blueberry.
Oh, it's very sweet.
Very blueberry.
All right, here's the moment of truth. The bill has arrived. The total is $1,200. You can see I'm seat number 2 and Jen's seat number 3. Oh, thank you. So mine was $375 for the meal, and then my zero proof pairing was $145. Jen had the same thing, $375 for her meal, and then $210 for the wine. And then we got the waters. We got 3 bottles of water that was split amongst the table here. So the total came out to $1,200. And then they give some suggestions for the tip.
So this is clearly like a special occasion dinner. This is not something that we would do all the time. The last time we did it was like 7 years ago.
Right.
It's a once in a 7-year thing for us.
Right. And the whole reason we came was because they were recently awarded
The Michelin star.
a Michelin star.
Yeah, so this really was a special occasion to enjoy a Michelin star restaurant, which we have never done.
Yeah.
So really, truly, this is like once in a lifetime. When do you think we'll ever try another Michelin star restaurant?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
So our reservation was at 7:10. They ended up bringing us to our table around 7:30, and it is now 12:30. That's how long our dinner took. We weren't like lollygagging or anything like that. It's just that's how long the dinner was.
But we also did the additional pairings and the wine pairing.
Yeah.
So everybody at the table did the wine pairing except for you.
Right. I
And
had
then-
the zero proof pairing.
Yeah, we were just talking about how like we were never waiting for anything.
Right.
So there was, I don't know, it just took a long time.
They're like, it'll take 2-3 hours, and we're like, no, we'll do 5.
I couldn't believe it. Yeah, so we have to head back home now, but it was great. I had a good time. It was definitely a very special experience, and I don't think we will do it again for a long time.
Yeah.
But I'm really happy that we did it.
Did you like it?
You know what's really funny is I rewatched the video when we went for the first time, and I feel like I felt less nervous this time.
Right.
Because we've been to Paulo and Remy, and we've done fancy things between the first time we came and now, so it felt less intimidating. So I think I did enjoy it more because I was not as intimidated.
So we've made it back home. That was our trip out to the Grand Floridian to go to Victoria and Albert's. It was a good time.
And like I said in that last clip, I definitely feel more prepared this time. So if you watched our first video going to Victoria and Albert's a few years back, it definitely was more intimidating. I was more intimidated. And I think that this time, just being a little bit more experienced with different cuisines, different restaurants, different like tiers of restaurants, you know, like we said, we went to Remy and stuff. I felt less scared. Like the first time we ate there, I was scared I was going to do something wrong, eat something wrong. I don't know. You know what I mean?
And the thing about a place like Victoria and Albert's is don't be afraid to ask them like what to do, how to eat it.
And a lot of the times they'll even they'll say like, this is meant to be enjoyed in one bite, or, you know, stuff like that. They'll tell you. So I had a much better time because I was less intimidated.
Right.
How did you feel?
Felt great. I really liked it.
I will say that it's the same as last time. It was way too long.
It was a very long meal.
By the end of dinner, I was like, I am so tired. I'm ready to go home. It was way past our bedtime, but the food was really good. So I think that my most favorite dish was the turbo. It was like the fish dish towards the beginning. And I also really enjoyed the little bites that we got at first.
Oh yeah.
That's always fun.
And my
Little
favorite
bites.
dish was the wagyu. Like you can't go wrong with wagyu.
Oh yeah, that was very delicious. That was an add-on. I don't know if we mentioned it in the video, but we did pay a little bit extra to add that on. And then of course the wine pairings was an addition, and the non-alcoholic drinks, those were also an addition to the like food pairing that we did. And with I wanted to also mention the wine pairing ended up being like 2.5 glasses of wine.
Yeah.
They didn't give you like full glasses because you got a glass with every single course. So
I think if I were to do it again, I probably wouldn't do the non-alcoholic pairing.
I don't think I would do the wine pairing again.
Yeah.
I think I would pick one glass and just pay for a glass of wine because it was quite pricey for 2.5 glasses of wine. It was like
Right.
$200.
Right.
So that I don't think is worth the price, just for me personally.
Yeah. And the non-alcoholic thing I wouldn't do just because it felt like they were trying to be too adventurous than I wanted out of a non-alcoholic pairing.
Yeah.
So
We were good with the waters.
Yeah.
I mean, the water was fun to try.
yeah, all the different waters.
We didn't really mention it, but we had 3 different bottles of water. We had one from the UK. I think we had one from Scotland maybe. And then we had one from,
Like Iceland or something.
I think it was Norway.
Norway.
But that was fun to me, just trying the different waters.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
So
Yeah.
we'll wait another like 5 years, 7 years, and then go back again and we'll see how it is.
Thank you so much for going on this like culinary journey with us. It was really fun to spend such like a special night with you guys. And if you try it, let us know what you think.
Yeah. So all in all, it was a fantastic day. And with that being said, we're off. We'll see y'all tomorrow. And now it's time to pay the price.